Hi everyone, welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying. I'm going to start this video by saying thank you to everyone that watched the last video. I'm very grateful for your support. It's been one of my most popular videos, certainly of the last few months, and we're on the brink, as I record this, we are on the brink of 3,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone that has hit that button. As us YouTube people always say, the majority of you who are watching this are not subscribers, so do hit that button. It does make all the difference as I try and make my way to 10,000. So thank you very much for all of you who watched, all of you who have subscribed, and perhaps most importantly, all of you who have commented on that video and got involved in the discussion. Really enjoyed interacting with you guys, so thank you very, very much. Anyway, let's move on because it is Rally Week and we have a new event. We are going to Paraguay for the first time this week. Not me personally, unfortunately, I'm sitting in the car, but it's going to be very interesting indeed to see what happens in Paraguay. So we have an all new rally. It is based in the city of Encarnacion. That is near the Argentinian border, which is a little bit of a shame because it's a reminder that we no longer go to Argentina, a very iconic event, but we have an all-new rally, 19 stages this weekend, 335 kilometers. So that is 8 stages on Friday. I think there's 140.9 kilometers on Friday. Yabatera, I think it's called. Stage 3 and stage 7 is the longest stage of the day, and indeed the rally at 30 kilometers. So that is one to watch out for. There's also 2 passes of the Autodromo stage, which is just 2.5 kilometers. So one at the end of each loop. There is 7 stages on Saturday, totaling just under 113 kilometers, so a much shorter day. The reason that we have an odd number of stages, by the way, on Saturday is that there is a repeat of the Autodromo stage at the end of the morning loop on Saturday. Then we have 4 stages on Sunday, obviously the usual short day, just under 80 kilometers there. So that's the Bella Vista stage, which is 21-ish kilometers, I think. And then the Mission Jesuitica Trinidad stage, which is 18.5 kilometers. That is also the power stage. So lots to get our teeth into. So before we go any further, I think we should talk about the team, shouldn't we? And who is going to do what. So Elfyn Evans retook the championship lead in Finland, which means he leads the field here. 48 cars on the entry in total, 10 of those are Rally 1 cars. Toyota are the top 3, so obviously Evans at the front, as I said. He has Kalle Rovanperä behind him, the Rally Finland winner. Sebastian Ogier will be snapping at their heels as he has confirmed he goes for title number 9 and will probably do all of the remaining rounds. Behind him we have Oyt Tanak and Thierry Neuville in the Hyundais, then Takamoto Katsuta I think is starting behind them, then Adrian Formeau and Sami Paiari, I believe. The 2 M Sport drivers round out the top 10, Gregoire Munster and Josh McAlean. No Martin Sesks on this one, just 2 Pumas. Oh, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Who is going to win this rally? Certainly not for me, the 2 that I just mentioned. Obviously, M Sport are in a difficult position this year, so not going to talk about them too much because I do not think they are going to figure. I think for McAlean, obviously, this is very much continuing his learning journey. Would be nice to see some speed from Munster. I think one thing you could say is that with this being an all-new rally, no one has an advantage, so that maybe that will play into the hands of a bit of an outsider. The weather could play a role. The last forecast I saw suggested that there might be a little bit of rain on Saturday, so that could impact things, especially if there is dust in the air. It could settle things from that respect. The roads might cut up a little bit from the things that I've read about them. It's looking to be a slightly faster event than perhaps some expected, so it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out there. I must say, however, I do fear slightly for Elfyn Evans opening the road. That is something that he has struggled with a little bit so far this season. He didn't do a terrible job when he was in that role, but perhaps, obviously, it's safe to say not on the same level that as someone like Ogier has done in the past, so I think it could be tricky for him. Speaking of Ogier, this is an event that could favour him. Obviously, his experience, brand new event. I think if you were to bet anyone, if I was to nail my colours to any particular mast, I think it would be the mast of Sebastian Ogier. I think outright speed isn't necessarily going to be everything here because, you know, new rally. I just think that experience for me, that might just put Ogier in a good position. So I'm going to say my top 3 is Ogier first, Tanak second. Who are we going to put in third? Who are we going to put in third? I'm going to put Robin Perrin in third, Evans fourth. I just fear, as I said, that Evans might struggle a little bit with road position, whereas the other three guys slightly better off in that respect. And I just think, I don't know, I just think it's going to come to them, and I think it's going to come to Ogier in particular. Let's just talk about WRC2. So we have a decent WRC2 entry for a fly-away event. There are 29 Rally 2 cars on the entry, I do believe. Most of them are local drivers, but we do have a select bunch of championship competitors, which is well worth talking about. Chief among those is Oliver Solberg, so he leads the field away. Obviously, he is the championship leader. Behind him are Johan Rossell and Gus Greensmith, so a healthy top three. We've also got Robert Verves, Kajtan Kajtanovic, Fabrizio Zaldivar is the top local entrant, and then we also have Nikolai Gryzin and Marco Balasia. So that's a pretty decent entry, considering that we are a long way from Europe. Obviously the flyaway events don't always attract the biggest WRC2 entry, so it's nice to see so many of the big names out there and to see those 29 cars on the entry. Obviously lots and lots of local interest. For me, I think I'm going to play it boring. Sorry, I'm going to be boring with this one. I was a little bit boring with my Rally 1 prediction, but I'm going to be boring with this one as well, because I think Oliver Solberg is probably going to be difficult to beat. He had a difficult Rally Finland, I know, had a little bit of a bump, didn't he, after his spectacular performance in Estonia in the Rally 1 Cup. I think he'll just settle in and do the job here. I'm not sure if any of those behind him will quite have what it takes to beat him on this occasion. So that is my WRC2 prediction. I am going to stop talking, however, and let you guys talk. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win, and what even, in fact, you think of us going to Paraguay for the first time on this South American double header that we've got, obviously with Chile up next. So let me know who you think is going to win. As I said at the top, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me over on the socials. Other than that, I will see you in the next one.